What's up, y'all? John T here, welcoming you to my intro and my gear video for my 2023 through hike through the Appalachian Trail with my mom. Mom's going by the name Freeze Dried. I'm using John T because half the people I know call me Jonathan or John. The other half that know me, like my family, they call me Tyler. Just to keep things less confusing, John T works. But I did do an intro video where I talked about my trail name as Retread and Freeze Dried. Retread's not my trail name. It's just a part of my life right now where I'm basically retreading like a truck tire, just putting new skin on, getting back in the game, and doing new things like hiking the trail. And when I get back, I want to do other things besides just going to work, paying the bills, and watching Netflix. You know, it's a life, but it's a boring life. So I want to do things a little bit different this next part of my life. So that's what part of this journey is. It initially started when I was between jobs in 2018. My mom was retiring and she wanted to hike the Appalachian Trail, and she's been wanting to do it for a long time. So because I was between jobs, I figured, hey, I'll just stop looking for a house. I'll move back to Enid, and in 2019 we'll hike. 2019 came along. She ended up having knee surgery, and that gave us the opportunity to do a little bit more planning, because as I found out, it's not a hike. It's not a walk through the woods. It's pretty intense. The planning process for me, I made it more intense than maybe it should have been, but I wanted it to be planned out so that we didn't have as many interruptions or issues, and we kind of knew what to do in case shit hits the fan. So y'all know what happened in 2020 and 2021, the pandemic. It kind of would have sucked to go on a trail because a lot of the hostels and places were either shut down or on COVID restrictions, and that just was more of a headache than we were wanting to deal with. So we set it for 2022. Well, things kind of went south for me. I'd injured my back in 2015, had a minor back surgery to do a discectomy in 2016. Things were going well, but they'd started to not be so well, to say. And so as we were training in 2021, we got our gear, we were doing miles, and my back was starting to go bad. So I decided to go ahead and just get a little hardware done so that, everything was solid when I hit the trail. But that's what I've got. It's a L5S1 360 Fusion, and that stuff stays in my back. I don't feel it. I'm healed up 100%. It's been a year since that, and things are looking good. So in a nutshell, that's the intro as to why we're doing it. Mom's doing it because she wants to do it, and she's been wanting to do it. My intentions at first were to make sure that she made it through. She has 5 kids. The other 4 have kids and are married. I'm not. I have no obligations. I'm a trucker, and I love trucking. I mean, I quit my job a month ago, and I'm missing it. Every time I see a fuel hauler go by, I just want to stop and say, hey, man, can I get a ride just down the block? But, I mean, I'm not going to do that, but I like driving that much. But, so over the last 4 years, we've bought gear, went overboard with gear. I bought so much gear that I had to take gear out. My pack weight initially was about 55 pounds, which is ridiculous. That probably helped hurt my back the most, just thinking I was Hercules, which I'm not. And so it's kind of transitioned from being there for mom to, hey, let's try something else in life. Let's do a retread. Let's try some new shit and have some new times, some new experiences that you didn't think you could do. And this is a great way to fucking start that. I apologize for my language. Like I said, I drive a truck. Then you can always fast forward or not watch. It's up to you. But this next part is my gear video. This has been the biggest nightmare, just trying to get this video going. And I've got, you know, a whole bunch of gear and a whole bunch that I've gone through and got rid of. And I'm going to show you um, a website that I've been using that allows you to enter all your gear in, all the breakdown and the costs. Um, Now this list that you're looking at now, it's on Ligherpack. I'm going to put a link in this video description so that you can actually go to this website and scroll through it yourselves if you want to. But you can see this is what I started with before our shakedown hike about 3 weeks ago. My pack weight was about 53 pounds, base weight of 35. Day 2, I decided to go back to camp or to the car, and all these yellow stars were not gold stars for good job, they were gold stars for goodbye. So I took all of those gold stars out of my pack. And I'm not going to go through these individually on this Ligherpack website. Like I said, you can go look it up. But I am going to show you the gear so that you'll see how ridiculous I was and what I was wanting to carry. So this is the crap that I decided to kick to the curb just to get some weight off, and it ended up being about 11 pounds initially. Then it helped out a whole lot on the second day of hiking on our shakedown. I won't have the luxury of going to the car and sending stuff away when we're on the trail. I mean, I could throw it in a hiker box or bury it in the woods and come back later. But first thing was, this is a micro duelist. It's like a two-person cooking set, and the big canister of fuel. It's a lot of weight. So I went to something smaller. And then I had another bag liner. It's like a 5-degree bag liner. I thought maybe for the summer, so I might have this sent to me. It's a cocoon mummy liner. It's like silk, micro silk. It's really nice. And then I had a whole bunch of electronic stuff that I needed to get rid of. This I bought 3 years ago, thinking I'm going to be hiking. You never know what can happen. Everybody needs a solar powered power bank. No, you don't. Not on the Appalachian Trail. When you're in the woods on the AT and it's spring or summer, this ain't getting charged. And it weighs over a pound. Heck, it's almost 2 pounds. And it's waterproof, though. That's one thing I liked about it. And the new one I've got's not, so I have to keep it from getting wet. But this did not hold charge after 3 years. I took it on our shakedown hike and it died. So that was my motivation to get another one. Now the electronics, I had a whole bunch of other stuff for my GoPro, like this like 3-in-1. It's a stand, it's a tiny stand, and selfie stick. Decided I don't need that. I can actually use the GoPro clip that I have, clip it onto the end of one of my ski poles, the trekking poles. I can use that as a selfie stick. And then the gummy mount, don't need it. And I did think I needed this. It's the GoPro Lite with, the head strap. I'm not putting that on. But I charged it on our shakedown hike. And, the next day I used it, it was in the low 20s. And it said, I give you 15 seconds. And that's it, bud. 15 seconds at a time. When I got home, I turned it on after it warmed up. Works fine. So if y'all have one of these, they're awesome unless it's cold. And I bought a wireless mic set thinking, I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, wireless mic, I'll use it some other day. It's a cool mic. It's a HoloLand wireless mic setup, rechargeable box, GoPro media mod. It's going to be a lot of rain out there, and this actually takes away the waterproof ability or the water resistance of a GoPro. And I can't show you the GoPro. It's a Hero 9 Black, and because I'm recording with it right now, it's kind of like trying to look at yourself without a mirror. I don't have a mirror, y'all. You can look it up on the internet. Then I took this out. I've already got a Sawyer Squeeze, the full size. I thought this would be cool to have because I can put it between my water pack, the bag of my backpack, and the nozzle. And that way I could just put dirty water in there and just filter through it. I mean, it's just my mind wanting to be creative. Unnecessary. But this guy right here, this is a Helinox backpacking chair. It weighs a little more than a pound, and it's just real easy. It's like a 10. It breaks down like a 10, y'all. And a lot of you backpackers know what I'm talking about. If you carry one, some of you might carry it on the AT. If I don't take this with me, I see you sitting in one, I'll be jealous. I might give you a back rub just to let me sit in it for a minute. But just a regular back rub. But it breaks down real easy like. And it just fits in your pack. I mean, I still might take it. I don't know. A pound. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it really is when you've got all this other crap. Now this is the inside liner of my North Face one bag. There's the bottom layer. There's the top layer, which gives you 40 degrees. And then you add this, it gets down to 5 degrees. Or to 25 without the other top layer. But this is 2 pounds. Just over 2 pounds. It's just, I will use it on other journeys, just not this one. But that's the stuff that I kicked to the curb. So let's take a look at, I had the wrong thing up for you guys. I'll go snap back to it real quick. But this is the nonsense I took off. I cut down the weight by half on that. There it is, 23 ounces, almost 2 pounds. There's a Sleeping Mummy. Oh yeah, the jacket. I had a Marmot 3-in-1, and all I did was I kept the inner liner, and I got rid of the rest, so it's less than a pound now instead of 3 pounds. I use that jacket daily when it's cold anyway. Let's see. I didn't get rid of the underwear. So that star is in the wrong spot. What I did, what did I get rid of? No, wasn't that? Dum-dum. Changed out my sleeping clothes, got rid of the mittens because I was really intelligent. When we were doing our shakedown, I had campfires going. And I had a few beers. And I thought, hey man, I can move that log with these. They're fireproof. No, they're Gore-Tex. Beer and Logic just aren't a thing. Gore-Tex, not fire retardant. You live and you learn. Is what it is. So I got rid of a whole bunch of GoPro stuff. I mean, all my GoPro stuff together was 2 pounds. No biggie, but really it is. That solar power bank, almost 20 ounces. That's a lot. I cut that down by half. And let's see, yep, the micro, I mean, it's 5 ounces, but 5 ounces, it adds up. You get, if you have 20 items that are only 2 ounces, or just eight items that are 2 ounces, what do you got? Do the math. I'm not gonna do the math. Y'all can do it. Um, okay, I've done enough with this. Let's get to the real stuff. All right. So let's just start at the top and we'll work our way down. So let's do side by side, or I'll snap through the screens. What I have now is a 46-pound pack. My base weight's 27. What I had was a 54-pound pack almost and a 35-pound base weight. That's a big difference to me when you're carrying weight. I'm still thinking about taking that chair, but I don't know, man. I substituted it for something else that doesn't recline. Ah. Okay, y'all, so let's get into what I've actually got to take with me. We've got, of course, my pack. It's a deuter air contact. We'll get to that in a little while. My tent is a Hornet Nemo 2-person. I started out with a Dagger. It's bigger, but it weighs a pound more, and I could keep all my gear in it, but I was wanting to cut down on weight. Now I do have the Quilt, which is a Thermarest 32 degree, which is replaces the inner liner of my one bag from North Face. It's a pound lighter, and it adds about the same amount of warmth. The sleeping pad that I have is a Sea to Summit. I call it my air mattress, and it's insulated, lightweight, nice pad. Sleeping liner is a Sea to Summit Thermalite Reactor Extreme. It adds 25 degrees. That I'll also use in the spring and summer to just sleep, to have something to be in, especially when there's bugs. And my favorite is the Nemo Pillow Elite. I did just have the Sea to Summit pillow, which is about the same price as the Nemo Pillow Elite, but it doesn't have the cushion or the liner that adds a lot of comfort, and it's just not as comfortable, but it's good between my knees, which helps me keep my back aligned when I sleep on my side, because I really don't want to have another back surgery. I'm done with that crap. And then again, the North Face one bag without the heavy layer in between. My luxury items, I call, are the Sea to Summit pillow and Zippo hand warmers. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that. And I'm going to, all right, good stuff. So here we have Trixie Belle. It's my baby girl. I'm going to miss her the most. She wants to come on the trail, but she's a chunkarunka, and she wouldn't last a day. And oh, I don't want to carry another 12 pounds. Oh, she's so heavy, but she's so cute. How can you not love that face? Trixie Belle. Trixie Belle. Oh, she's a good girl. She just likes to sleep and eat and watch TV. She's a good dog. So my tent, the Nemo Hornet 2. I'm not going to set it up in my room. That'd be kind of weird. But I've got it set so that I have the footprint, the tent, and the rain fly all connected, so I can just throw it out if it's raining, and then I'll just take the poles and just slide it between the fly and the tent, pop it up, and that way, if it's raining, because it's gonna rain on the trail, it stays dry. Because I don't want to be sleeping in like a popped waterbed. That would suck. Tent stakes. It's all that stuff really lightweight. My mom has, I forget what it is, but it's just one of those tents that you pop up with your trekking poles, and it's really lightweight. But it's all in one, and when condensation hits her tent, it just gets in her tent. Mine stays on the rain fly, so I just deal with a little extra weight. And a little extra weight's fine because I can burn them 175,000 calories a little faster. Sea to Summit sleeping mattress pad. Real easy to set up. What I like is it has this that you connect to the mattress or the pad, and you fill this with air, do it twice, and it inflates it. You don't have to go and get lightheaded and passed out. That's what would happen to me. Okay, girl, let's get you over here. There you go, good girl. There you go. I know. You're the star. You're the star. I hear you. This is the Thermarest quilt, 32 degree. It's real lightweight, and when it's out of its compression sack, it puffs up a lot. But when you put it in its compression sack, it's less than a pound, and it's like this big. I know, girl. I know. Come on. Yep, there you go. Let me just show one more thing. Okay. And this is my North Face One bag. It's got the top layer and the bottom layer. Without that middle part, over 2 pounds lighter. Way better. Okay, come on. There you go. I know it's comfy. And then this is the Seated Summit pillow for my knees. And like I said, it's a good pillow, but it's like sleeping on a beach ball. And then I've got this guy right here. This is the Nemofilo Elite. It's got a fabric cushion liner over top of the air bladder, and it's got this little stuff sack. It stuffs right into that. Real convenient, all in one. This is one of my favorites. It is about the same price as that Seated Summit. Extremely comfortable. And then my other luxury item is the Zippo hand warmer. My first concern right now is, will I be able to get it on the airplane? Mom has some I bought for her, and she uses them because she gets cold quick. But airlines have a policy about things that have fluid, lighter fluid. There's nothing in these right now, so we're going to ask them at check-in to see if we can check these items in our bag. I'm hoping they say yes. If not, they're going home, and I'll just be a little colder. And this is my Seated Summit bag liner, and it's real comfortable. That's the key, comfortable. All right, next down we got the clothes. I'm gonna snap through these pretty quick because this is like my 25th take, and I don't see how content creators do this all the time. It stresses me out. When I get stressed, I get canker sores, and they're real irritating. I haven't had them in years. Ever since I drove a truck, I don't get stressed. But doing this computer stuff, these videos, stressful for me. So I'm going to do my best to make videos on the trail, but if I get like a swarm of canker sores, y'all, I'm done. I'm just going to enjoy the trail. But hopefully it relaxes me enough to not have that issue. And a lot of y'all can relate. A lot of y'all are like, oh man, why are you talking about that? I'm just honest and raw about life. All right, clothes. We've got my hoodie. It's a REI Co-op Active Pursuit full zip. Real comfortable, lightweight. Socks, darn tough. Great thing about those, if they get worn out, they'll replace them at places that sell them. Underwear, I'm going with are Ex Ofico, real comfortable, lightweight. I'm not going to show you those because it's just not going to do that. The long underwear I'm wearing under my rain suit on cold days are Thermajohns I got from Amazon. They're like $30, but they're really lightweight. They're not real heavy, and they're real stretchy. That's why I like them. I did get some convertible pants. I bought some at REI before, but the zip off was real difficult to get off because you have to slip your foot through it. These you don't. My rain suit is REI Extreme Dry Gore-Tex. It's a comfortable gear, and I think it's going to last a long time. My boots, Merrell Moabs, Merrell Moabs waterproof. They're big, but I have flat feet, so it gives my toes a lot of room in the box. I have 2 net gaiters. One is just one I've had for a while. It's backup. This one, and the CTR Tempest. It's got breathing holes and little pockets for your ears, which I like. I did get some some waterproof socks because Mom was raving about hers when we did our shakedown. My feet were wet from sweat, not from the moisture from the snow. But these are supposed to help with that, and I'm going to try them, see what happens. I did get some waterproof gloves because at first I was just sticking with my REI gloves, and they came with these mitts. But when I was doing our shakedown, when we were at camp before I went to bed, I had a campfire. Looked at these and said, hey, I can tend the fire with these. No, I can't. Alcohol and logic don't work. But they're still good. I mean, the outer liner sucks, but where the Gore-Tex pouch is, still good, so I can still use them for tending fires. All right, so I got the Carhartt waterproof gloves. Love Carhartt. And the Marmot, I kept the inner liner of the Marmot suit or the coat because that whole coat was 3 pounds. Now it's less than a pound. Well, I'm going to sleep in a redhead long johns, uppers and lowers. Again, the REI gloves, t-shirts, Under Armour. I got a Carhartt beanie that I've had forever. I decided to get some Oakley sunglasses because they're cool and comfortable. And I just wanted to have some cool sunglasses for making videos. So let's go ahead and snap through the clothes real quick. Like, let me fix that. All right, that's better. All right. So here we go, guys. These are my clothes. It's a lot. I think it's too much, but the majority of it I'll be wearing. So this is my REI hoodie. I wear this all the time. I got it for the trail, but I've been wearing it in the winter and the cooler months. It's got the thumb holes. It's just a really cool hoodie. Y'all should get one. Darn tough socks. These are my Thermojohns. Like I said, lighter weight, good for the trail. And the thing about them is they wick really fast. They dry quick. That's why I decided to go with those instead of my Cabela's. Now these are the convertible pants that I got at REI. They zip off. But the cool thing is it also has this, so that when you take it off here, it just comes off your leg. Just like opening a, no, I ain't gonna say that, a banana. Then I got the rain suit, REI Gore-Tex. It looks cool and it's really comfortable. I like the colors. They did a good job designing these. I'll be using these for a long time until they wear out, until they stop being waterproof. Bottoms. And these are my buffs for my neck. These I've had for a long time for work on cold days when I'm hauling fuel and unloading in the winter. Now this, you can see it's got breathing holes. Yeah. And then these are little pockets for your top of your ear. Fits on there, keeps them cold. I mean, warm. Opposite day, y'all. And the beach ball is getting in the way. These are the Dry Mile waterproof socks that I got. Haven't tried yet. We'll give them a shot. If they don't work, I'll just leave them in a hiker box for someone else to try and leave them in a hiker box. These REI gloves on our shakedown, they got wet, but even though they were wet and it was in the 20s, they still kept my hands warm until I stopped walking. So that's why I decided to get these bad boys right here. I love Carhartt. Carhartt kicks ass. Maybe it's just the Okie in me. I don't know. Carhartt, y'all. They got this really nice liner, waterproof. If these wear out on the trail, I'm going to get some more. for work, for whatever, for sleeping, for taking a shower. This is my Marmot innerliner from the jacket I bought. The reason I bought this jacket was I was scrolling through some news feeds on social media, which I normally don't. I seen this. It's a $420 jacket. I got it for 125 bucks. I ain't no idiot most of the time. And I've got Under Armour t-shirts, 2 of them. This one's smaller, this one's bigger. Starting off with this. Hopefully halfway through the trail I can get into that. Motivation. Blue shirt motivation, y'all. Got to burn off them heavy 175,000 calories. This is my sleeping gear. This is the Redhead Thermal. I got it because it's thicker and it's got this zip down and a high neck. I might use that later too for trail hiking or just sitting around the campfire. Or if I need to sell it and make some cash because I'm broke. The bottoms. And then I've got my Carhartt beanie that I've had forever. Like I said, I love Carhartt. It's just awesome. I've also bought this Boston Scully from the Boston Scully Company. I love the hat. My nephew said, dude, that's a golfer's hat. I said, dude, I golf. I love golf. So I might take that. And then the Oakleys because, I don't know, I thought they were pretty cool. All right, then we got the boots. Merrells. I like them. I mean, they're kind of big to most people, but they have a real big box for a wide foot like I've got. And they support my flat foot enough, but not too much, because any shoe that has like a high arch irritates the crap out of me. All right, onward, y'all. Trying to go through this fast as I can. If y'all get bored, like I said, if I haven't said it already, because I've recorded this so many times, you can check out. You can end it, put yourself out your misery, close the window, go to sleep. I'm making this video for my family and friends, so you randos out there, if you ain't having fun, buddy, I ain't asking you to stick around, but you might as well if you got this far. All right, so my electronics, I've got my GoPro camera. I can't show you that, but it's a GoPro Hero 9 because I'm actually using it right now. I do have a camera mount, and this camera mount that I'm using is a GoPro mag clip. When I need a selfie stick, I just clip it on one of my trekking poles, and Bob's your uncle. My battery charger is basically a 3 battery charger case. I just plug a USB-C into it and magic happens. I'm carrying a GoPro Max lens because it's got some cool features. It records like you're looking through a peephole. I thought that was pretty neat. And then the remote for my GoPro, because it doesn't weigh a lot. I bought it, so why not? It's waterproof, especially when my GoPro is just hooked to my chest on my shoulder strap, and it's easier to control it with my wrist than looking at the camera. Then I've got Trixie Bell. You're snoring so hard. She's out. So the phone I'm carrying is a Galaxy S20 Ultra. I did get this sweet contraption, a Garmin Fenix 6X Pro. I downloaded Komoot. I mapped out all the sections we're going to hike, and my family can follow us on our adventure. And my sister, my baby sister, got one from my mom. It's a little bit smaller, but she's able to download the maps that I've set out. And we probably won't need them on the trail, but it's just cool to have. My baby brother got me a Nebo rechargeable flashlight, which I use all the time. And when I gave up the GoPro Lite, because it was just not working for cold weather, I got a Petzl with the core. If the core goes bad because it's rechargeable, I can throw in the AAAs, which is great to have besides just having a rechargeable headlight. Now the cool reel is the power bank. It's 20,000 amp versus a 38,800, which I had with that jumbo thing with a solar array for a town. But you can see I've cut down the weight by almost half. And of course I had to get something to listen to. Beats FlexWire, lightweight, and recharge fast. Charge lasts a long time. So let's take a look at all that. All right, so here we are. This is my electronics section. This is the power bank. If you remember the other one I showed you, a lot smaller. The charging pack for my GoPros, I have 4 batteries, 3 in here, 1 in the camera. I don't know how long they last on the trail. When it's cold, they go quick. The remote for my GoPro, the max lens, and then this, my little brother got, the Nebo flashlight. I love this flashlight. You can clip it on wherever you want to be clipped on. It's got a little magnet, so when you're working on your car, and of course it's got the telescope. You know, you can spread the light or put it narrow. And that's the electronics. That was quick. All right, so so the next part is going to be just randoms. My trekking poles are REI flash carbon, rain cover, duck back from REI, compression sack from Sea to Summit. My water shoes are my dress up shoes for town, redheads. Got them for 20 bucks, way cheaper than Crocs. I have a waterproof pouch that goes on the side of my pack for my power bank and my other non-waterproof electronics. I do have crampons just in case it gets icy. REI gaiters because I want to have keeping stuff out of my shoes, especially rocks. Even if it's not muddy or anything, I'll wear them just to keep dirt and rocks out of my shoes. I bought some accessory straps just in case, 550 cord, a trowel for, you know, planting flowers in the woods, microfiber towel to dry off, Z-Packs, Dyneema stuff sacks, and I got a Merce, which carries my identification and money. It's basically a REI thingamajigger. As you can all tell, I'm getting to the point. I've done this so many times, I'm just burnt out. All right, so I've got a multi-tool from Garber. It's a really tiny guy. And we've got a pocket knife, my Crenshaw I've had for a long time. My buddy James Dewey gave it to me, and I've appreciated it for years. Now this seat pad that I've got is what I've replaced my camping chair with. It doesn't recline, but it does keep my ass off the ground. And then I've got this Deuter waterproof duffel stuff sack that is going to serve 2 purposes. I put my pack in it when we hit the plane, and it goes check, and then I take it out of the bag. I put it in my backpack, and then it's a waterproof stuff sack, which I think was pretty cool. Way worth getting. So let's venture over here and take a look at these things. All right, you can follow along. I'm leaving the Ligherpack up. So we've got Sea to Summit stuff sack. This is my stuff for my night clothes, keep them dry. These are the crampons. Now they're stretchy type. I don't know how well they're going to hold up, but they're lighter than the types with chains, and they just slip on your toe, hooks around the back, and you got spikes. My dress shoes for when I want to go to someplace fancy like McDonald's in town. These are my gaiters. I'll wear these pretty much most of the time, the whole trail, just because they may look big, but you know, wearing cowboy boots on the trail is just not a good idea. Microfiber towel for drying off, 550 cord carabiners, So if we're in a shelter and we need to dry stuff off, you can stretch it across. My gardening trowel, my Dyneema stuff sacks, and this is my little merce that keeps all my stuff in. That's right, y'all. Oh, yeah. Hot. But it's got RFID protection, so people can't scan my stuff, and I just keep it inside my shirt, so all the important stuff is there. And this is my multi-tool. Let me get close so you can see it. But it's just a Gerber dime, just in case I need to tighten some bolts out there when we're busy and get stuff done. It's got scissors, a knife, tweezers. It's kind of like a Swiss Army. And then my pocket knife. I've had this for years. Well, we hit that pretty quick. I'm telling y'all, I want to get this done. I've been working on this for so long. What's next on the list? Cooking. All right. So we've got a Sawyer squeeze, a C-knock, and an Osprey. So that's my water filtration system. I'll show you that setup in a second. My stove is an MSR pocket rocket. I have a collapsible cup for drinking out of course. A windscreen for my cook set. I got water tablets, just in case. Food bag is a Z-Pack's Dyneema bag. I have a How You Light minimalist cooking pot. And of course, it'll probably be the 4-ounce, I think it's 4-ounce fuel stove. I don't know how long that'll last. And of course, bowls, How You Light bowls, and a Toast spoon. And all the stuff down here is just a bunch of, self-care stuff like pain patches, first aid, face mask, baby wipes, a knee brace just in case, hand lotion for dry and cracked skin, Luca tape for old busted feet, foot powder for old busted feet, triple ointment for stupidity, a razor just in case I decide to shave the beard off, and down here's my food. So let's take a look at this last section here, and then we'll hit my pack. Oops. All right. So this is my cook pot. This is the pocket rocket that just screws onto the top of a fuel tank, fuel canister, whatever you want to call it. Cook set, cook pot. It's got an insulated cup it goes in. So when you take it off the heat with this little guy right here, you just slide it in there, and then coffee, hot water for food. My mom got me this Toast spoon. Got its own little stuff sack, collapsible cup. See the Summit? Comes in handy. It's lightweight, so why not? And then this is a windscreen that will go around my cook set on windy days. It just rolls out. And then I've got my bowls. One acts as a coffee cup, one for, food, and then a cloth for cleaning. All right, so let's get to the important things. Now, this is the Nemo pad that's replacing my chair. It's a lot lighter. It's just to keep my butt off the ground when it's cold, or if I'm kneeling down, keep my knees from getting dirty or screwed up. This is my personal care stuff. It's a Z-Pack stuff sack, Dyneema material. This is my food bag. It weighs between 6 and 7 pounds of food. And this is the Deuter flight and waterproof stuff sack. So my backpack will fit in this when we go on the plane. And then all I do is take it out, put it in my bag, and use it as a waterproof stuff sack. It's 11 something ounces, so It's not a whole lot of weight, but instead of having a contractor bag or something else in my pack, this is going to keep my dry stuff dry. But when it's raining, I'll have that as well as my duck back, and I'll show you that in a second. But this is my water filtration system. When we get to spring, I fill up the C-Knock 2-liter bag. It'll flow through the Sawyer squeeze, and it goes into my pack. And when I'm done, because gravity will do all of it, all I do is fill that up, go someplace, hang it up. My pack will be full. The water bladder's in there, and gravity does the rest. And then when it's done, all I got to do is disconnect that, and then I connect the water nozzle back on. I thought that was pretty cool. Keeps life simple. Now the pack is, like I told you before, a Deuter. It is a 65 plus 15, and it has, actually it's a 65 plus 10. I knew that was wrong. Anyway, it's got like a trunk, so you can put stuff at the bottom that you want to get to. Keeps it separate up here. This will be where my waterproof stuff sack will be, and this is where my tent will be. All right, now this is my Osprey hydration bag, and this is what will, keep me hydrated, of course. The pack has a brain. What I like about it are the straps and the waist belt all have about 6 adjustment points, so whenever there are too many, if it's got too much pressure on my hips or my shoulders, I can adjust it so that it gets to a more comfortable place. And I adjust it a lot when I use it. This is my duck back for my pack, so I've got a lot of waterproofing. And that's everything. I'm out of breath. Hope y'all enjoyed that. It's taken me about 30 takes to do this. That's why I did my intro and this all in one. I don't know how influencers do this. It's so much work. I'd rather just get in the truck and haul. So I'll be posting more videos to come. Us getting to the trail, hiking the trail, screwing up, making mistakes, getting rid of gear, meeting some cool people, hopefully. Probably meet a few that are, I don't know, a little nuts like me. But we're going to get it. We're going to have fun. Hope y'all follow along. My family and friends, definitely. Anybody else that's following, just be forewarned. I drive a truck. I'm a trucker. I kind of cuss once in a while, but I try to keep my opinions to myself as best I can. But just pray for us. We'll need it. See y'all out there.